You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. I saw an article today talking about we're here right on the precipice of summer, and apparently the search numbers, like the search trends on Google, Bing, all these websites for speedos has been climbing exponentially.
I always feel like a Speedo is weird unless you're like an actual swimmer, like a Michael Phelps kind of guy.
Right. In a competitive environment, it makes sense. You want to wear something as aerodynamic, form-fitting as possible to go faster. If you're a mid-40s dad going to the beach, you don't need to be that fast.
I feel like there's a stigma on Speedos in North America. I feel like it's a big European thing. Even if you go to Quebec. You go to a beach in Quebec, people are letting it all hang out.
That's just it. And I mean, I think maybe part of what it is, because I've always been Speedo's gross. Who could wear that? Why do people do this to themselves?
Yeah.
But I've been inner reflecting since I saw this trend. And I think it's just because I wish I had the confidence.
It is a confidence thing for sure.
There are men built exactly like me in Europe, in Quebec, all around the world.
That look like a badly crafted sausage?
I like the way that I phrased it. I don't think that he needed to expand upon it. But yes, you're right. They go out in their Speedos and they don't give a rip. They don't look around. They don't worry about what other people are thinking. They'll stand proudly, hands on hips, looking out into the ocean like they're searching for Moby Dick.
Yeah, but there's also that thing where you kind of come off a little bit creepy too. Like there's the confidence is one.
Right.
But then like sometimes you see a guy and you're like, hey man, there's kids here. Like put that away.
I think it's very similar to the old dude at the gym. Like you can be confident and good for you, but you also have to be mindful of the situations you put yourself in.
Yeah.
Like if you're with your family in your space and you're in the Speedo or you go swimming, all right, man, who's to stop you? But if you go over and start hanging out where kids are building sandcastles and you start doing like stretches or whatever, like that's a problem.
And the weird thing is too, is like most people that wear a Speedo, they're keeping that thing on them. You know what I mean?
They're budgies or they're grape smugglers.
Yeah. And you can see it from a mile away.
Hey, listen, if you are a Speedo person, just know that apparently you will not be alone this year. The trends are showing that there will be a lot of them. If you're someone like me that has 20/20 vision, also be aware.
I don't even like wearing tighty whities, let alone a Speedo, man.
No. Big baggy board shorts. That's the way to go. Let's put as much of this behind shelf as possible.
I like to try and hide as much as my body as I possibly can on a regular basis. So,
as God intended.
Would love to hear from the Speedo community.
That's just it. We need someone from the other side of the argument here.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We've got Jeremy on the phone. You wear Speedos?
Absolutely. Yeah, it started a few years ago. My wife's uncle from Finland left an old Speedo in the sauna. Thing's probably 25 years old. I put it on as a joke, and my wife was almost throwing up. And ever since then, now I wear it just before my birthday. And I usually have an obnoxious pool floaty with me and take some pictures, and then I post them on social media as my birthday gift to all my friends and family just to torture them.
Giving all of yourself.
Oh, yeah. I have no shame at all. Yeah.
You know, thinking about it now, I think a lot of dads probably just wear the Speedos to embarrass their family.
Honestly, just to walk around and be like, all right, kids, you want to wear that bathing suit? I'm wearing this one.
It's an asserting your dominance kind of thing, too.
Oh, you're the alpha in a Speedo, whether you like it or not.
We've got Mike on the phone. You said you had a Speedo story for us. What is it?
Well, when I was 12 years old, I swam for Team Ontario in the Aboriginal Games.
Oh, nice.
And not being familiar with that competition style, I didn't know you couldn't wear shorts. So I had to get a pair of Speedos. So we headed down to the local Sears there, downtown Hamilton, and bought the smallest pair I could find because I was skinny. And started my competition at McMaster University pool, and the backstroke race, you have to start in the water and push off, and that's what I did, and the Speedos came right off, right to the ankles.
Oh, you were shark finning.
No. Yeah, two levels of spectators at the pool. Needless to say, I came in last that race.
Oh, no. Did you, did you just push through, or did you immediately stop and be like, oh God?
Well, I pushed through for a couple strokes until I found out that I had no shorts. I was a little lighter, so I stopped and went back to the beginning and put them on.
Also, that whole phrasing when we're talking about your shorts coming off out of context sounds so wrong.
That's it.
Couple strokes never hurt anybody.
No, even if you got to come back for a couple.
Hey, never give up, all right?
No, never give up. That's it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Remember Bonnie Blue?
Oh, that was the OnlyFans lady that made 1,000 friends in one day, right?
Yeah. She set the world record for most...
Gentlemen callers?
Yeah. She's back at it again, though.
Come on now.
She claims she's trying to break her own world record because sleeping with 1,000 in 24 hours wasn't enough. She wants to do 2,000 in one day.
You know, they say if you're not growing in life, you're going backwards. So I guess this makes sense.
The quote that she said is she's going to be tied up in a glass box and open to the public. And she says anyone can get involved or just walk around and watch.
I try to be like a fairly sex positive person of like, you do you, and if it makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody, then, you know, who am I? But
I couldn't imagine signing up for it. I also couldn't just imagine standing around and being like, huh.
Well, I think that's maybe the weirder part, right? It's like, will she find 2,000 guys that are interested for a multitude of reasons, for the opportunity to be a part of this, to be part of a world record, whatever? Of course she will. But the idea that people will walk by like it's some sort of museum exhibit and just be like, oh, what do we have here?
I mean, maybe they have the glass box for accountability. I mean, STIs, possible love children. They've got everyone, like, everyone can see it. Is that maybe what it is?
Maybe it's just a sort of, keeping everybody
public
honest.
Shame? Is that what it is?
That might also be it, too. You're appealing to the voyeurism in people. You know, it's a spectacle. And, of course, the whole thing's going to be filmed.
I did see that someone brought up the fact online that there are only 1,440 minutes in a day. So, I mean, speed runs like 30 seconds each.
Yeah, I guess, like,
how does that work?
Do you have to, like, prime the engine, so to speak, before you get in there?
What's security like for this?
Oh, God, I couldn't even imagine.
Trying to pull dogs off of each other? Like...
Someone tries to overstay their welcome.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be finding guys that bounce at clubs. Like, that's probably the best bet. It's big doormen. People who didn't quite make it in MMA. That's who you're looking for.
There's going to be a lot of frustrated people there.
Come on, you.
Call her Bonnie Blue for a reason, you know?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Someone brought up a good point. Daryl said, does she get, like, food breaks or anything like that?
Like, that's the thing, because we already established there are 1,440 minutes in a day.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to 2,000 people. Just the logistics of trying to hot swap people in and out. Is there any time for rest, for water, for food? Although I suppose if all the business is happening at one end and the feeding is happening at the other, you know, you could make both work.
You could make it work like a weird Roman picture or something.
NASCAR pit stop kind of deal.
True. And then we got friend of the show, Chris, texted in, and he said, would you rather be the first guy in the 100 versus 1 gorilla debate, or would you rather be the last guy in the Bonnie Blue situation? Which is a great would you rather.
I mean, I think both end quickly, so that's at least a saving grace.
So, I mean, if you're the last guy in the Bonnie Blue situation, you don't die, but you might want to die.
Yeah.
Right? If you're the first guy in the gorilla situation, it's over.
You are the sacrifice.
But the last guy, you got to live with the decision because it's on video versus the first guy versus the gorilla. You're a hero.
Well, that's just it. I think, like, if the idea is... because we've glorified this whole 100 people versus 1 gorilla thing, that if the 100 men take down the gorilla, that's some sort of victory that can only be achieved by sacrificing at least a portion of the crowd.
It's like a Medal of Honor thing versus if you're the last guy, you're just a pervert.
Yeah, your name will be remembered in the gorilla thing At the end of the day, it's funny to think that there's going to be one gal and 2,000 guys involved in this world record.
Yeah.
Because only one name is going to be mentioned after it's all said and done.
True.
You are a forgotten soldier.
You die from a gorilla, it sucks. You never see your family again. But if you're the last guy in the Bonnie Blue thing, your mom's never going to be able to look you in the eyes again.
You'll also never see your family, but it's not because you're dead.
This is the Brock and Delby Podcast.
So we talked about it on the show. My son has gotten super into soccer as of late. He started a summer house league soccer yesterday, and we'd been getting the emails. You're on the white team. Show up at this field at this time on this day. It's going to be great. We got out there, and he met the rest of his teammates, and someone from the sort of group that's running this whole league came out and was like, here's some jerseys for the team, and go do some drills. And that's when I realized, there's no one here running the team.
You didn't have a coach?
We did not have a coach. About a week ago, one of the organizers for the entirety of the league had sent out, here's the email. Your son is on the white team. We do not have a coach as of yet. And I took that to mean just like, hey, we don't have info on who the coach is.
We're going to figure it out, though.
But we'll see you next Monday and you'll figure it out. No. So my kid was on the white team. They played against the green team. The coach of the green team tried to sort of wrangle both teams. Looked to be maybe 20, 21-year-old kid doing his best. Like, honestly, bless that guy. He handled it about as well as could be expected.
Sure, yeah.
For trying to wrangle roughly 29-year-olds. But at the end of it, it was pretty obvious that our team is in trouble. So I volunteered.
Damn.
I volunteered. There were so many parents. Not one of them said anything during the game or
You're
the practice.
Will Ferrell and Kicking and Screaming right now. Oh. That's literally the plot of that movie, where their coach just doesn't show up, and then none of the parents want to do it, so you have to.
Nobody wants to do it. Not one person put their hand up, and then finally I was just like, I did it, I think, partially out of, obviously, like, I want to look out for my kid. Like, I want to help out and make sure he's getting a good experience, but also, even just sitting from the sidelines, like watching, there's a game going on and there's kids from our team. They're just running out into the field, kicking balls into the field, like during the game. And I was just like, I can't sit here for the next 2 to 3 months and watch this.
Oh, man.
I have to do something.
I mean, I give you a round of applause because, I mean, doing what no parent wanted to do. But good luck.
Really is one of those things where, like, because you see it all the time with kids' sports where they'll just be like, all right, or even with school with like field trips and stuff. They'll put out the word like, we need volunteers, we need helpers.
When's the last time you played soccer, dude?
2001.
You're going to be a sick coach.
My grade 12 year.
Nobody's making Team Canada coming off of this team.
The next Alphonso Davies is on the white team. I just have to find him.
Oh, my God.
But that's the nice thing. The one bonus is this is very much a house summer league. Like, my son also plays on a competitive team, and the vibe is way different for this one.
Sure, it's going to be interesting dealing with parents, dealing with the kids. I mean, if I have any advice, I'm not a parent, but as someone who always played sports and there was a kid who had a dad coaching the team, best advice I can give you is don't play favorite to your own kid.
Well, the good news is my son likes to be the goalie, right? So I just, okay, you go back there.
Oh, you can put all the blame on him, actually.
Exactly.
There you go.
Screwed.
You're already the best coach ever.
I just have to worry about, the biggest thing I'm worried about is every parent thinks their kid should be getting superstar minutes. And I don't know if this league is that serious or not, but I'm waiting for that first game where someone comes up and is like, you're not playing my son enough. He's not out on the field enough. And I just have to have that conversation of like, well, he's 9 and bad at soccer. So what are we supposed to do here?
How do you tell someone that their kid sucks? Yeah.
I'm not worried about how to do it. I'm worried I'm going to do it too freely. I'm worried I'm going to do it too openly.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We got friend of the show, Russell, on the phone. You ever coached kids sports before?
Yeah, my wife and I took on our kids softball team about a year or two ago because they needed some extra help.
What advice would you have for Dalby being a first-time coach?
Patience, patience, patience. And don't listen to the parents.
That's the thing I'm most worried about because, like, they had their first practice when we found out there was no coach. And there was probably about 15 to 20 other people there. So it's not like there are no parents that care. And now I'm like, oh, no, they're all going to have questions for me.
Yeah, no, there's always a lot of questions. And you always get that one that, they wanted to put their hand up. They didn't. But now that they're not, now they got an opinion.
And how do you deal with parents that are nagging you?
You kill them with kindness.
Put on my customer service voice.
Oh, absolutely. And, you make it look like you're doing what they're telling you. And then you pull the rose-colored glasses off them.
That's good advice, Russell.
Then you sit their kid for the whole season. How you like me now, Sharon?
Tim did text in and said you got to get a good whistle.
That's true. Yeah.
Got to get an old Fox 40 or something.
I don't own a whistle. I've never owned a whistle, maybe since I was like a slide whistle as a child. I'm going to have to go out and get one of those. I also saw Jeff's text that said most kids are more excited for the popsicle or the freezy or whatever after the game. Am I responsible for snacks now?
I don't know. I had never played soccer growing up. I don't know. Is it your responsibility? Is it like a parent's? I mean, that's how you can bribe the kids to play better.
True, but I don't want to be spending my Monday afternoon slicing oranges for kids.
Now, Michael brought up on the text line saying, now that Dalby is a coach, are we allowed to gamble on his kids' soccer team?
I mean, listen.
Do we have an in?
First of all, the white team will never take a time.
We're going to need to keep track of your record over the season.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we need updates on this now. I might start coming out to a few games. Uncle Brock might be there. Brown bagging it there.
To see you and Courtney in lawn chairs
Yeah.
cheering. Would you cheer for or against?
It depends on how you guys are doing.
Depends on where the money lands.
Yeah, what's the money line looking like,
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I think most of us, pretty much all of us, hate potholes, right?
Oh, I don't know anybody who's pro pothole.
Well, there might be a family in India who is, after, I guess, their grandfather was declared dead by doctors.
Oh.
And they were actually taking him back to his home where they had a funeral set up. They had the full spread laid out, the food, all the traditional stuff that they do. And on the way back, the ambulance hit a pothole.
Okay.
And the guy came back to life.
Get out of here.
Dead serious.
The force of the jolt of the pothole got his heart back into rhythm.
Now, I don't know how good these doctors are in India. Maybe flatline for a second. But
I don't think it matters where you are practicing medicine. If your patient that you declared legally dead can be brought back by a rough road, then you probably missed something.
I mean, but then again, have you ever driven over a pothole? You can feel your heart rate spike.
Oh, absolutely. But if your heart is fully stopped, they usually have to use electric current to get that thing fixed. Never mind just driving down the 401.
All of us get mad at the city all the time. They need to fix these potholes. What they're really trying to do is save our lives, guys.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
All right. Apparently it is National Egg Day, so we are going to do the draft of the best ways to consume eggs.
Also, just a happy Egg Day to those who celebrate both publicly and private.
Shout out to all the farmers out there.
Yeah, hell yeah, for keeping the eggs on the store shelves. So this is 3 picks each. You have first pick, and it is just the best way to consume eggs.
Number 1, very easy, basic answer, but I'm going to go with over easy.
Yeah.
All right?
That's fair.
You still got the yolk. You got the bread for dipping in there. It's kind of metal, too, if you think about it. You're dipping in the embryo and stuff there. Oh, so good.
Essentially. I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go with a little bit more complicated. Maybe you don't even make these at home. I'm going to go with the breakfast sandwich.
Okay.
Get yourself a nice bun or an English muffin, croissant if you're crazy, a little bacon, sausage, and then a nice egg on top. Wrap it all up in a nice piece of paper and just, that's morning.
Specifically the original Tim Hortons egg, but we don't need to get into that this morning.
Absolutely not.
Coming in at number 2, I'm going to go with Eggs Benedict. Dude.
Eggs Benedict is the fancy breakfast.
You have a poached egg with some pea-meal bacon. Sometimes you could do salmon. I've seen lobster done before. I mean, the hollandaise sauce is what truly makes the Eggs Benny so beautiful. But when you break that thing open, too, once again, you see the yolk run out with the hollandaise sauce.
Great if you got an Instagram account.
Yeah.
Lots of good pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Second pick, I'm going to go with something that maybe doesn't get the respect it deserves unless it's during dark times. That's the egg salad sandwich.
Oh, didn't even think about the egg salad sandwich.
Egg salad sandwich is one of the most classic. One of
Yeah.
the most, it makes you feel at home. If you're at a funeral, it's the only thing that can make you feel better.
Damn it. How did I leave that off my list?
Egg salad sandwich into number 2, baby.
Oh, I am so mad at myself. Coming in at number 3, I am going to go with the pickled egg.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be on your list. You're disgusting.
And you know what? If I lose the draft because of this, I don't care. I think the pickled egg has like a stigma against it where people are like, I would never want to eat that. Go to a bar. If you can still find, there's a couple bars in town that still have pickled eggs.
Oh, yeah.
You have a couple of drinks, you're feeling a little snacky, you have a pickled egg there.
Last time I went to a Costco, I saw a jar of pickled eggs on the shelf, and I just thought to myself, who would do this to themselves in bulk? Why is this something that somebody would need to buy?
The more you drink, the more eggs you can consume.
For number 3, because, again, I knew you were going to pick pickled eggs. I knew you were going to throw away your third pick, which made me feel a little more comfortable going a little bit off the board, getting a little bit crazy. My number 3, best egg, Cadbury cream.
No.
Cadbury cream egg.
That's not a real egg.
It's a Cadbury cream egg.
It's not a real egg.
What's it called?
It's made of chocolate.
What's it called?
It's called a Cadbury egg, but we're doing an egg draft this morning.
Sorry, what was the word that you used when you said the title?
No. That's a huge asterisk.
That's egg. Go ahead and put an asterisk on it
that
all you
should
want.
not count.
It's an egg. I could have said Kinder as
that
well.
should be a default loss for taking that in the draft here this morning.
You said, and I clarified, when we set this up, I clarified. So you're saying eggs you can eat. And you said yes. That's an egg.
That's not a real egg.
Cadbury cream egg. Thank you. Put it on the list. My 3, you can sway all you want.
That
My
is
3,
baloney.
breakfast sandwiches, egg salad sandwiches, and the Cadbury cream egg.
I'm going to let the people speak on this one.
Absolutely.
762-555. A, does that count as a pick? And B, who do you want as the winner? I got Over Easy in at number 1, Eggs Benny in at number 2, Pickled Eggs in at number 3. You going to pull some crap like that this morning?
I clarified. You said it was fine.
We're talking eggs.
Yep, Cadbury cream. Put it on the board, baby.
Wow. I can't believe you'd pull some crap like that this morning.
I can't believe you're mad that you didn't think of it.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
This might be the most controversial draft of all time, and I'm pissed off, but I'm man enough to give it to you. Calling shenanigans on this, though.
Hey, listen. The people have spoken. The number one text that we got is, how did neither of you pick deviled eggs?
True.
The second most popular text that we got called you out for not specifying bird eggs.
It's National Egg Day.
Right. And all eggs should be celebrated.
We got someone on the line here. What do you think about this?
Good. I was giving it to Dalby until he came up with the fake eggs.
It's a fake egg,
It's
right?
an egg.
I'll
Sorry,
give it
it's
to you,
an egg.
Brock.
It's not a real egg.
No, but I would still went with eggnog and some spiced rum because that does have egg.
You're not choosing the egg in that situation. You just like to drink.
Eggnog is a real pick compared to the Cadbury
That's right.
cream egg.
Exactly. I would have gave it to him with that.
I appreciate you being on the right side of history this morning.
No worries. Have a good one.
Cadbury cream
I don't
egg.
know how you say on the right side of history when you're clearly exist.
I would have rather taken Ryan Reynolds eggs over the Cadbury cream egg.
You look me in the eye and tell me you mean that.
Let's get real. Anybody who has had that is no stress.
So bad.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, it is time to play Bark at the Moon. We've got $100 in Lotto Max tickets for tonight's jackpot.
$20 million up for grabs. Hopefully somebody wins it. Specifically, whoever wins Bark of the Moon today and gets $100 in tickets.
All right, thank you to friend of the show, Shannon, who texted in this video of a pug trying to get its nails cut.
I think that's trying not to get its nails cut.
We have 3 pugs on the line here. If you are not one of them, that does mean you are a judge. So as always, judge accordingly. Who do you think has the best pug scream? We will start on line 1 here. Pug number 1, what is your name?
My name is Brent.
Brent. All right, man. This is what we need from you. You think you can do that for us, Pug Brent?
I think I can pull it off.
All right.
Brent, this is definitely one of those ones. Hold your phone just a little bit away from your mouth when you start screaming.
Good call.
No, it is. Okay.
All right, take it away.
Go ahead, Brent.
Did you get that?
Kind of heard it in the background a little bit.
Kind of sounded like you were in pain in the bathroom. All right, Brent, stay on hold here. Let's go to line 2. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah, all right. We need you to be a pug for us. You think you can do that, Sarah?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, let's hear it.
I fully believed you were getting your nails cut.
All right, Sarah, stay on hold for us here. Let's go to line 3.
Someone's practicing.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, all right, you know what we need from you. You think you can do that for us, Chris?
I'm going to try.
All right.
Let's hear it. The practice scream's paying off. All right, hang around for a second.
Chris calling straight from the bowels of hell.
This has got to be Chris, right?
I mean, listen, thank you to Brent for trying. Sarah put up a really good effort, but Chris nailed it.
Looking at the text line 3, Chris. All right.
Very good.
Pug number 3, Chris, congratulations. You get a ding and a round of applause, my man. And $100 in Lotto Max tickets, all right?
All right.
If you do happen to win the jackpot tonight, got some nickels and dimes for the fellas over here or what?
Absolutely.
If you were to win, what do you think your reaction would be to seeing how much money you won? No, that was a chance to scream. Come on, man. You missed it.
I'd probably do the pug yell.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So send a text to me and Dalby 762-555 right now. Hey, it's Texas Tuesday. Ask us a question, anything that you want. 762-555 is the number. Hey, it's Texas Tuesday.
It's the official return of Texas Tuesday.
All right, let's get into it. 762-555. You can still send a question, but we got a lot here. Someone said, does Ram Jam have any other songs, or is Black Betty just about it?
They have other songs. You might have even heard one or two, but nobody cares about them.
I'm just Googling right now. So they've got Black Betty, Let It All Out,
Yeah.
Pretty Poison, Michael?
Who's Mike? Like the craft store?
Hey Boogie Woman? Gone Wild?
I'm going to call Mallory Boogie Woman at some point today and see how that goes.
Please.
The thing is like, have you ever met a Ram Jam fan?
No.
I know people who will say that Black Betty is one of their favorite songs, but I don't know anybody who's like, oh yeah, Ram Jam's my favorite band.
It is weird because Google has Black Betty listed as a song, and they also have Bam a Lamb as a song.
Did they do two? Is there a sequel?
Is it? Well, we'll find out. Another one here says, how big of a hole do you need in your socks before it comes unwearable? If the whole heel is finally coming out, I think, that's when I can't do it anymore.
If a toe pops out, it's done. That's the other thing, too, is it depends on where the hole is. Like, if I get a hole in the ankle or, like, above my foot, then who cares? If there's a hole in the toe, there's a hole in the heel, or if there's a hole in the, the pad underneath your feet.
Yeah.
Done. Garbage. Immediately.
I can have, like, one of my, like, little toes sticking out, but if it's big toe, I can't do that.
Dude, my son will have, like, his second toe sticking out. Like, the big toe and all the little toes are in, and his, like, index toe will be pointing out. He's just walking around like nothing's wrong with the world.
It makes me feel like I'm in touch with my ancestors sometimes, so... Somebody said, how many peanut butter sandwiches could you eat in one sitting? Probably 2. And then the roof of my mouth is screwed.
No, 5, 6 easy.
5, 6? Dude, I feel like even just eating one peanut butter sandwich, sometimes I feel like a dog and I start like...
I like that feeling. I like feeling like that gets me back to my roots.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, pre-Ozempic, I could crush a dozen peanut butter sandwiches in a go. Yeah. I'm not saying like it's going to be the most enjoyable.
I think if you grilled cheese a peanut butter sandwich, which if you've never tried before, like...
So good.
Oh my God. I think I could crush like 5 or 6 that way, but just like Raw, like normal bread?
Straight PB&J. Or is it just peanut butter? Because if it's jam, my number goes up.
Oh, the jam makes everything easier.
Oh, absolutely. It just lubricates.
It's like a lubricant. Yes.
The whole thing.
Yeah. How faded do the road markings have to be in this damn city before they redo them?
I am actually convinced that they're waiting until they're all gone, and then we just drive around Mad Max style.
Yeah, maybe they're treating it like kind of how like the youth treat like clothing, where if it's kind of faded, it's vintage and it's hip now.
I think the biggest thing is the city probably saw the way y'all park, even in parking lots where the lines are brand new, and just said, why are we spending money on this?
Final one here. When you're in a public bathroom and someone comes up to pull on the door, what do you say? I always say come back with a warrant. I've never thought about that before.
That's great.
That's great.
I love just a good occupied.
Mm-hmm. Or you could do something fun like, what's the password?
Like a speakeasy?
Yeah.
God, if only they had those little sliding windows on the doors.
No. The best one that you could do is, are you the guy from Craigslist?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day. Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Now today's word is veracity. Veracity, yeah. Veracity. Why? Veracity. And it's accuracy or truth. Well, that's always a good thing. The truth is the best way to go. I don't have a good enough memory to lie. Anyways, that's because of young timers. Anyways, I did go Dodger. Have a great one. Cheers up.
So veracity?
Veracity. The veracity of your story is called into question when you're lying to the cops.
So kind of like, you know how kids like to use that term facts?
Yeah.
I'm going to start using veracity.
Yeah. When someone says something that you wholeheartedly agree
that's
with.
veracity, man.
Yeah. Veracity.
That's straight veracity.
It feels like the nerdy kid in class really trying to fit in with the cool kids.
That's facts, dude.
That's veracity.
That's veracity. Veracity. Use it wherever you can, all right?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.